Thank you for joining me in this video. And today we're going to talk about something really important that I believe should be taught in high schools and in colleges, and it should be common sense. This is knowledge that I think everyone should have, because it greatly improves an area that is very important for us as human beings, which is our relationships. Our relationships are one of the four main components of somebody's integral, holistic approach to well-being, to the good living. If you don't have a good relationships, it's impossible for you to have a balanced life, because you create a relationship with everything, and you create a relationship with the food, with phones, with water, with your parents, with people in your life, and all of those relationships are a reflection of the relationship that you have with yourself. That is, never forget this. The most important relationship in your life is the one that you have with yourself, because how well you relate to yourself is how you're gonna relate to everyone else. But I don't want to go too deep into that side, because it's not the scope of this video. I'm gonna give you today a tool about how you can really make amends when you make something wrong, how to ask for forgiveness, and how to give forgiveness the right way, how to say I'm sorry, how to apologize, right? Because we're not perfect, and even sometimes without having an intention to hurt, we might hurt, and we have to acknowledge those. There's just comes times in which we have to say, hey, I'm really sorry that you felt this way, or I'm really sorry that what I did made you feel this way. I didn't, that type of thing. So I'm gonna give you a couple tips of things that you need to have here in order to realize if you're doing a good job or not. Okay, so the first thing is to express your sorrow, to express that you are not happy with what is going on. But then, so there you say, I'm sorry, and look at them in the eyes. After you express your sorrow, you gotta admit or own the guilt about, I'm sorry, I did something wrong, right? Acknowledge that you're taking fault for this. You're not gonna say, I'm sorry you're so sensitive, I'm sorry, no. Admit, express sorrow, I'm sorry, and then own guilt. I was wrong. Now, you gotta name specific things that you did wrong. Like, hey, I'm really sorry, I was wrong when I told you to take out the trash, that you never take it because you actually do. Like I went a little bit far, but you gotta say something specific, okay? Then you gotta name the impact that you believe you had on the person, because when I spoke about the trash, taking the trash in this example, when I spoke to you in that way, I realized that I used a tone that probably made you feel like I was coming down on you, so you're naming the impact. No ifs, okay? So you're not gonna say sorry if no, because then you make the whole situation hypothetical. You gotta own, sorry no sorry ifs. Also, don't blame, shift, or defend. Like if at any point during this conversation you go, but you, the word but basically erases everything you just said. Also, don't use passive voice. It's like, sorry if you were offended, sorry if I made you, again with the if, okay? Or kind of like, even if you take out the if, sorry you were offended. That doesn't really sound like I'm apologizing, right? And the last one, and which is probably the most important one, like even if you remember just 2 steps, own guilt, and name the impact, and then also make amends, which says, what can I do to make it right? And you can ask, or you can go ahead, and if you already know, go ahead and do it, because that's what really shows the actions that match with your words. because ultimately, if you say, a person that really loves you, you can say sorry many times. After a certain point, if you don't change anything after you say you're sorry, that person is gonna stop believing you, and that is someone very close to you. Now imagine somebody who is not that close. If you don't back up your words with actions, they're gonna disengage really fast. So again, I believe this is information somebody should share. If you watch this video and found it helpful, please go ahead and share, because I believe more people should understand this and know how to apologize. I want to thank my patrons, as I always do, for being there for support and helping me keep creating these videos. I plan on amping up my content production, so be on the lookout. I'm planning on making some interviews as well to people who are more knowledgeable in fields that I'm not, because I'm not knowledgeable in a lot of fields, but I still know information is important and they can get it. So be on the lookout, subscribe, share this channel with someone. I'm gonna leave a link to my Facebook if you want to add me there and connect on a personal level. I'm also gonna leave my Patreon account where you can go check some of the different, I guess you could call, services for more access. I have, like introduction to certain ceremonies and coaching sessions with me if you gotta call coaching, things like that I have a separate platform for people who wanna maybe have something custom made, yeah, that type of thing. Okay, so again, thank you, Wholeness. Bye bye.